Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Love is Blind is back for season 8, and with this being the show's 5th year on air, I'm expecting all the drama and of course some love. Let's get into it. Okay, I was ready to defend Dave at first when he did the whole, oh, you're on Love is Blind, what's wrong with you thing.
Monica, why are you here? What's wrong with you? So what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you here?
What? What's wrong with you?
I know that it's very tongue-in-cheek and some people probably might not like it, but I thought that it was funny. And then he kept talking. Why are you using Love is Blind as an experiment to see if you are willing to not be an asshole?
To be brutally honest, I just have kind of been an ass to women in my previous dating life. I really wanted to confront myself about that. I work in medical aesthetics, so I'm surrounded by Botox, fillers, facelifts, tummy tucks, butt lifts. That has affected me in terms of what a woman should look like.
You don't come on Love is Blind to try to rid yourself of being a player. You come here having already decided that you're no longer a player because you want to settle down. These women are not here to be your guinea pigs. Red flag, and dress, and lips. Like, he was literally sitting there being like, yeah, I'm superficial, which we all are to a certain extent, right? Obviously. But if you like a very particular type of woman, and we're talking BBLs, fillers, natural women just aren't going to look that way. So why would you go on a show where you're not going to be able to see somebody before you get engaged to them? You're not the type of person that goes on this show because you are admittedly very superficial. He's on this show so selfishly. He's on this show so selfishly, and I hate that for the women that he is coming in contact with. He's like, I'm here to test myself to see if I'm no longer that guy. No, babe. You're not. That's not what you're here for. The sex playlist that he has shared and used with multiple women is just insane. Like, baby, let's just go back to the damn drawing board at this point. Because what the hell is this?
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay. So you're no longer attractive.
My closest girlfriends, we're all 30.
Yeah, you're getting old, so let's crank this thing up a notch.
It's not a joke. You actually feel that way. And then Netflix trying to put on this redemption music when he was talking to try to give him, I guess, make him look a little bit better.
My dad sold the house. I didn't go home to like I don't know.
Like, say goodbye to the house.
Yeah, which...
It's not working on me. I know what y'all doing. Like, please just stop. This man is trash, and I don't even say that too often. I always try to give these people the benefit of the doubt because it's very hard to go on a reality show and basically agree to put yourself on display in front of millions of people. People like us, you and me, who are going to discuss it, and particularly people like me who are going to get online and discuss it on a platform. And I don't even have a big platform, but it takes a lot to be able to be like, I know that people are going to talk about me, good or bad, for better or for worse, once I go on this show. I could never do it. I just feel like at this point in time, it's really hard for me to see any redeeming qualities in Dave. But we're gonna keep our fingers crossed, I guess. Hey y'all, it's Nae. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for Love is Blind Season 8, episodes 1 through 3. So if you haven't seen them yet and you do not want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on episodes 1 through 3, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop your thoughts below if you do want to participate in the conversation, and give this video a like before you go, so I know you enjoyed it. If you want to keep the conversation going after this video, feel free to head on over to my Discord server. It's a place for us to chit chat outside of YouTube, and it's free, so why not? The link is in the description box. Kind of jumping ahead, but not really. Discord is also where I hold watch parties, and I always do a Love is Blind reunion watch party. So if you want to watch the reunion with other like-minded people who you're also going to be meeting in the comments along with me, then definitely join Discord so that we can watch it together. Quick housekeeping before I go. Yes, my voice is down bad right now. I had a sinus infection, and now I have a lingering cough that just will not go away, and it's causing me to, I just got my voice back. It's causing my voice to be terrible, but I'm here for the love of Love is Blind, so I'm still recording, but just bear with me. I can't yell like I usually do. I'm trying to get there, and it's my voice is like, girl, please sit down, take several seats. But we'll get through this together. Second thing, my video for episodes 4 through 6 is gonna go up an hour after this video. So by the time most of you see this, both videos are already gonna be up. So right after you watch this one, you can head on over to the link right here and watch my commentary on episodes 4 through 6. And finally, before we get back into the mess, I started a new series on my channel. I always feel weird about promoting my videos, but at the same time, how else would you know if I don't? It's called Comfort Movie and a Meal. In the first episode, I'm talking about my #1 comfort movie, The Devil Wears Prada. And if you're familiar with it, they make a grilled cheese sandwich in there. So I'm making the grilled cheese sandwich from the film. I'm hoping in the future with this series, you all will share your comfort movies with me, and I can talk about those and make a meal to go along with it, so that this is kind of like a community-driven series. But for now, as I'm kind of testing the waters, I'll be providing the comfort movie. And yeah, expect to see more of those. Check that out. I'll link it below. So yeah, we have this Dave, Molly, Lauren triangle. When it comes to Lauren, girl, run for the damn hills to get away from this man. She said she had a great example of how a woman should be treated because of her dad, and I'm just wondering why she's throwing all of that out the window to mess around with Dave. And based off of that first interaction with her, even if he wants to say it was a joke, it wasn't funny. I really do hate that she was sad about him and Molly because I don't think he's a good guy. And I want better for her. Lauren, I want better for you, girl. As for Molly, I'm not fully sure why Molly is here. She's never had a boyfriend, but she wants her first boyfriend, the first man that she lives with, to be her husband. And also not just her husband, a husband that she met on a show like Love is Blind. And like, it's very fairy tale-esque, very romantic, very Disney. But in reality, I'm just not seeing it work out. Like, I don't feel like people put enough pressure or enough emphasis on how important it is to live with someone before you marry them, because you don't know if you're gonna like living with them. Particularly in her situation, she doesn't know how she is in a relationship. She doesn't know anything. And like, just wanting to jump into a marriage is kind of crazy. Selfishly, I do kind of want her to give Dan a run for his money, because I think that she would give him a run for his money and kind of humble his ass a little bit. But I don't know. Dave tells her this.
My last serious relationship, it ended because I cheated on her.
Okay.
It was just stupid. Like, I completely regret it.
I forget the guy's name, but there was someone last season or a couple of seasons ago who had cheated on an ex, and he told his fiance that he met on Love is Blind. And my POV is that if it was long enough ago that you have changed and moved on as a person, then okay, fine. We'll take that. You could have grown. We have to give people opportunity to grow. I'm a huge advocate for actually letting people grow, because oftentimes, especially with cancel culture, I probably sound like a broken record saying this, but with cancel culture, people will be like, we want you to change, and then when somebody tries to change, they be like, you're being fake. No. And it's like, pick a struggle. Do you want them to change or not? Man, I sound like a late night DJ. Welcome back to 98.5 Natural Nae LA. Tonight we got that smooth jazz for you. See, I'm being attacked. I'm down bad. I gotta be real. It's not hitting right now. Like, if you truly have grown and you know that you're not gonna do it again, then by all means, I forgive you. Let's push forward with this thing. However, I think Dave would cheat again if given the opportunity. I think he would. And look, we always have to acknowledge that maybe somebody's just getting a really terrible edit. Maybe Dave is the person who's getting the bad edit of the season. But I don't think so. Because they can edit the way in which you say things, but they can't edit the things that you say. And he done said some things. I think his political views are decent enough. We don't talk politics here, so I'll just leave it at that. But I think his political stance is decent enough. We also have Joey and Monica. I just caught that those are two people from Friends. Just caught that. Even though Chandler and Monica are the ones together. But anyway, I digress. We also have Joey and Monica, who was the first couple to get engaged. Which Joey, you know, he's a little corny. And when I say corny, I don't mean like a corny man. I mean, like, he's kind of goofy. Like, he's in a silly, goofy mood all the time, and he has the hair to match. But I do think that there's somebody out there who would match his freak. I didn't think that it would have been Monica, but maybe it is. I don't feel like I saw enough of her. I don't think we got a lot of edits of Monica. So maybe I don't have a full range of her personality, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And plus, they seem pretty happy to meet each other, so gotta give them that. Some of these people don't be looking happy at all. She did say something very true about the dating scene that I agree with.
It's exhausting. You have to start over and over and over before you even get a chance to start.
And it's the reason that I think so many people are just jaded from dating in general. It's a constant stream of first dates, and it's just like, when do we get past these first and just get to my forever person? I think that's what a lot of people feel like, especially when those firsts are with people who are just like not the move. Also, we of course knew that this was filmed in Minnesota this season, but it didn't really click for me that it was Minnesota until I heard Joey say, so true.
So true.
So true. Very Minnesotan, don't you know? It's the only thing I know about Minnesota is that they talk like that. Honestly, I think he's a green flag of a man. Like I said, a little goofy, but he out here. We also have another triangle. Virginia, Devin, and Brittany. When it comes to Dr. Virginia, I love her. She's trying to expose and change racial bias within the medical industry, which if you don't know about that, please look into it. Black women are more likely than any other race of women to die during childbirth. They aren't listened to in general. So I have a couple of friends who recently became nurses, like in the past few years, graduated from nursing school. And so I know that these things still exist, and just from like talking to them. So yeah, there's a lot of racial bias in the medical industry. So I fully support what Dr. Virginia is doing. I think it's amazing. I think more people should stand up for Black women and Black people in the medical industry. She has beauty and brains. She's absolutely gorgeous. But girl, Not very demure girly, but it does seem like she is very reserved, and Devin has mentioned this is like, okay, you're gonna have to open up. Like, we're gonna get married, you need to open up a little bit more. And Brittany is matching Devin's energy a little bit more when it comes to opening up.
She's just a really fun and exuberant person, and I'm very outgoing and I have a lot of energy myself, so I feel like we can match each other and it'd just be a good time being together.
Speaking of Devin, I knew he was a sneakerhead when I saw them J's. I don't know anything about J's. I'm not a sneakerhead. If anything, I'm like a purse head, heel head. I don't know. Anyway, I'm a platform head. I love platform shoes. But those Jordans look very clean. That's a person who takes care of their Jordans.
I'm really into like fashion and clothing. And
That's cool.
I have, people think it's crazy to hear, but I have over 100 pairs of sneakers.
Now, as I mentioned, Devin is also talking to Brittany. I love her. She's representing with a twist. But I will say, and I say this with so much love because obviously she's my girly pop. She's a black woman. She looks like me. I love when black women experiment with their styles because I feel like we are always placed in a box. No shade to her, but if we're not walking around looking like sexy red, then people are like, what are you doing? Why are you whitewashed? And it's kind of crazy, especially because I kind of grew up as like, you know, a black girl who listened to alternative music, listened to screamo music, crowd surfed, and all that kind of stuff. I was always being compared to like, oh, you're like a whitewashed black person. So like, hear me when I say I really do advocate for black women experimenting with style, experimenting with the type of music they listen to, all of those things, just being authentically themselves. But whoever let my good sis walk into that pod, knowing she was gonna be on camera with those Easter Sunday socks, dress, and shoes on, should be ashamed of themselves. And don't think I'm hating because I have a silky dress that is very similar to that. I'll get it actually. Hold on. Please hold. We're gonna grab that silky. Not the silky, not the silky. Literally my silky looks pretty damn identical to that dress. Although this is authentic. That authentic silky. Don't ever get it twisted. That's the real deal. But there's something about the way that she styled it that's throwing it off. I don't know. You know what it is? It's the shiny flats. Even if she would have wore that same dress and those same socks with like a nice heel, it would have set it off. But the flats is making it go from couture to Easter Sunday girl with love. Wear some heels with that same outfit next time. She wants a family and children. Devin seems really into her, so I love that for them. If I can just be candid for a second though, obviously I am a brown-skinned woman, so I live a brown-skinned woman experience. I worry that if Devin does choose Brittany, he's going to see Virginia, and Virginia is going to be more his type, because I think that Virginia is every man's type. And so I don't know, it's a concern that I have. I'm probably projecting something. I'm probably, you know, being biased here, but that is, like I said, a very candid concern. Like the moment that I saw those are two women that he was speaking to and having a connection with, I was like, damn. It's not that I'm saying that Brittany is not beautiful or anything like that, but if you know, you know, and you know why I'm saying that. On to our third triangle of the season. It's like, it's just triangle after triangle. Like, we're in Bermuda. I don't even know if Bermuda is a place. Anyway, we have kind of a Mason, Madison, Alex thing going on. And then we also have a Mason, Madison, Meg thing going on. Mason does cinematography. I think a lot of us here can appreciate that. I know that for me, outside of these reality shows, I love cinema in general. I love films. I also talk about a lot of different films on my channel. So if you're someone who also appreciates film, in addition to a little, you know, reality, then I think you appreciate anybody who does cinematography because it's just great work. From the good to the bad, honestly. Because Tubi has a chokehold on me right now. And they cinematography, they acting, and they storylines be all over the place. But I just love watching film and all of it. The whole thing as a whole. When it comes to Madison, I like her. She's well-rounded, rough past. Both of her parents were drug addicts. And I also think she said that her stepfather died of an overdose. So she's definitely been through some things and seen some things. But you know what? Trauma builds character. And she seems like she is ready to throw it back for Mason at the drop of a dime. Drop of a dime or drop of a hat? Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
I'd come over and just give you a little lap dance.
Oh my god, yes.
I was twerking when I said that.
You can twerk?
When it comes to Alex, I don't think that Alex is prepared to deal with her troubled past or kind of help her through her childhood trauma. Not that it's his responsibility. It's never your spouse's responsibility to help you through that, but it would be nice if they were understanding of it. And it's not that he's not understanding, but something about it, he seems put off by it. He seems like, oh, well, what if you are triggered? What am I going to do? Like, he doesn't seem like he would know how to handle it. Maybe he can learn, but that kind of put me off as someone who has childhood trauma. Like, if my partner was like, oh no, like freaking out while I was freaking out, I'd be like, okay, one of us has to be grounded here.
You think that would affect a relationship in a negative way?
It's not necessarily affecting like my relationships at all. Maybe I'll forget something, but usually that's not the case. Just like my childhood memories that I kind of like forget sometimes, but
He kind of seems apprehensive about marrying someone who has trauma. In any case, we leave off with Mason telling Madison that he's all in for her, which I do not believe, because he's also pillow talking with Meg. Which, Meg, girl, I was with you. We was seeing eye to eye until you started putting on that tinfoil hat.
The guy was talking to him about how, like, there's different powers out in the universe.
Yeah.
And how, like, once you reach a certain energy and certain power, you can actually control the weather. What if natural disasters to us are, like, superior beings?
Yeah.
Just, like, experimenting with us like we experiment with ants.
Mason is just like...
That's so interesting.
And you know when someone says that they're doing that to curb the awkwardness, they don't really mean it. Meg seems like one of those people that you would find at like a forest rave. And I used to be a raver. Like, don't ever think I don't like the rave scene, house music, deep house music, techno, EDM, dubstep, trance. Like, I love all of it. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, forest ravers are a different breed of ravers. Like, forest ravers are the furries of the kink community. And I'm not trying to come at the furries, but y'all know y'all group. Y'all built a little different. Like, the furries be built a little different. So, like, forest ravers are like the furries of the rave scene. Like, they ravers, but they a little different. Meg did kind of start growing on me in episode 2.
My fantasy of, like, when I buy my first house with my partner, like, move in, everything's in boxes.
Yeah.
We're exhausted, we're sweaty, we're tired, and we're like, let's just order Chinese. We get in, like, our little silky pajamas and, like, eat Chinese together, just, like, with boxes all around us, and then, like, have sex on the floor.
But Meg is like that friend who, like, she's your weird friend, but she's cool. Like, she's gonna go to Burning Man and you're cool. Like, you think that's amazing. But then you gotta remember that she also thinks some strange things about aliens and the weather. And so you gotta be like, girl, tinfoil hat is on. And then last but not least of our couples, we have Taylor and Daniel. Daniel is the short king of the season. He seems to be a family man, and I love that. His sister was born blind, and we know that I have a personal soft spot for anyone who is a sibling of someone with special needs, because I have a little sister who has Down syndrome, and I just understand that world. I understand being the sibling, especially, you know, if you're an older sibling or like you're a caregiver type of sibling for your sibling who has special needs. So I just always have a soft spot for that. Last season, I think it was, there was someone on Love is Blind who had a little brother with Down syndrome, and I immediately fell in love with him. He ended up with someone who was terrible, and I was like, he deserves so much more. His brother deserves someone who's like, it was just like, I couldn't stand the girl that he was with. So yeah, I always have a soft spot for that. But Daniel really appreciates traditions, which I also love. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I love a Christmas tradition. He does the cutest thing with his Christmas cards.
I've made a Christmas card every year for the past 6 years, and each year I've been single on Christmas. Every year it gets more and more over the top. Fake snow, like wrapping paper, all the Christmas stuff, like a Christmas cat onesie on. And I set up like a whole Christmas scene and like got fake Christmas tattoos.
You're committed.
The best thing that I could possibly do is like bring this into like a marriage and have like a Christmas card with my wife.
So I think Daniel really won me over if he didn't win anybody else over. As for Taylor, I like her as well. Registered nurse, great sense of humor, but she clearly got on someone's bad side at Netflix. Matter of fact, I think I got on somebody's bad side at Netflix, because she lost her voice, I lost my voice. We down bad over here. It's probably all that damn Taco Bell she eats. It's that damn phone. She needs to stay off that phone.
I got a tattoo that says Taco Bell.
Where is it?
It's inside my bottom lip.
And I did have some Taco Bell today. Damn. Let's talk about a few people who we didn't see too much of, but I feel like they're worth a mention anyway. Sarah, her and Ben were having a very open conversation about religion, which I think is super important, because you want to, I mean, maybe you don't, but you do want to go in knowing that someone is at least somewhat aligned with what you are religiously. I mean, you don't have to be the same religion, but you don't want to be a devout Christian and they're a Satanist. Like, that just probably wouldn't line up. We also had Brad, which we didn't see too much of him, but he's a cutie. Is he the first dentist that we had on Love is Blind? I don't know. I have a weird thing about dentists in the sense that I am very obsessed with my dentist. He's an amazing dentist. And I was actually afraid of the dentist before I started going to him. I started going to my dentist when I was 13 and terrified. And he just completely changed my entire dental experience. So I just love him. I just love the dentist. I'm kind of nerdy about it. I drive an extra hour to go see him because I trust him that much. Plus, you know, one thing for sure, his smile and his dental hygiene is always going to be on point. You don't get a lot of physical appearance things from the pods, of course, because you're in the pods, but you know that for sure. His hygiene is going to be top tier. We also didn't see much of Amanda, but I have to give her props for being 42 and coming on the show. Not that I think that 42 is old, but society likes to pretend like 42 is old. So again, a lot of her to come on the show as the oldest person on the show and just like completely stand in her truth and stand on business. I wish that we saw more of her. She looked great and I hope she finds what she's looking for. I know we are just getting started on this season and everybody is on their best behavior, but I do think that we might get a few genuine relationships out of this season, and these damn couples better not make me eat my words on that. But yeah, like I said, my commentary on episodes 4 through 6 is going to be up an hour after this goes up, or maybe sooner. You know, maybe I'm feeling nice. I guess we'll see. I'm doing my best not to flood y'all all at once, and like that's the reason for me wanting to space it out. But y'all let me know if y'all would prefer for it to go up all at once, and we'll see. Drop your thoughts below, and please try to keep it to these episodes because I know that some people tend to watch in batches of 3, and I don't want to spoil anything that's in those next episodes. But I will see you over on that next video, and then I'll see you here every week until we wrap this thing up. So I'm gonna go drink some tea. Oh Lord, this cough. Red flag. I'm gonna go drink some tea and try to get my voice together before I film this next video. I'll see y'all back here in an hour. Bye. Y'all, did y'all see that my girl Doechii won a Grammy? I'm so proud of her. You probably seen or heard me talk about Doechii in other videos. I love her. I just love her so much. I'm so happy she's finally getting her recognition, getting her flowers, and getting her a damn Grammy. I'm so proud of her. Kendrick also swept with 5 Grammys. Drake is punching the damn. I would be punching the air right now. Because 5 Grammys off of a diss track is actually insane. They really gave him a Grammy for every WAP. And getting a Grammy for every WAP is nasty business. You know, I try to dress up whenever I can. Ooh, hold on. You see it. You see the work. You see the countless hours at the gym. Anyway, jump back in. Y'all see how I just bed right there. This is a very comfortable way to record. I'm recording like this from now on. We're jumping back into Love is Blind, season 8. 5 years. Is it 5 years on air? Ooh, not 5 years. It's gonna sound like I'm crying throughout this video when in reality, well, some of these contestants make me feel like I wanna cry. So I'm bringing out Old Faithful, red and green flags. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Love is Blind is black. We just gonna start off wrong. Like, Love is Blind is black. Girl. It's not that kind of YouTube channel. I don't want to say fuck that early in the video. Episodes 1 through 3, but of course I want to hear, maybe I don't. If we don't talk politics, politics. No, they having a ball out there. Good for y'all. Good for y'all. School is stressful. I worry that if he chooses Brittany, I said Brittany, but her name is not Brittany, it's Brittany. I think a lot of us here can appreciate that.